Melissa Lucas is a junior at Western Connecticut State University and a member of the school's cheerleading team. Here you can see her as she cheers the home team to a homecoming game victory. However, a look back to last season tells a much different tale. February 14th, Valentine's Day 2017, and Melissa was at a regular practice with her cheerleading team when disaster struck.
We were in one of our pyramids on the mat. We were just practicing for competition, and I was in the main part of the pyramid. We had I think 11 girls on the team at the time, and I was putting a girl up in a toss-up 2-2-1, which means that we start base kind of toss-up position, and we throw her, and then as we threw her, one of the stunts on the sides, they didn't catch her, so she ended up landing right back on my head.
Melissa was forced to leave practice and go directly to the neurologist. There, she was diagnosed with a concussion.
Stress is the first thing that came to mind. She was in my stunt group. She was the main base and I was a back spot, and we had already changed it because we had to switch flyers because our flyer got a concussion, not a concussion. She broke one of her ribs, and that was bad. And then she got hurt, and then Melissa got hurt, and I was like, we have to change our stunt again? I was like, great. Because she was pretty much in all my stunts for the whole routine, because she was we had specific stunt groups, so every single one of my stunt groups changed, and that was probably the worst out of all the injuries.
It was at the O'Neill Center at WestConn's West Side campus where Melissa sustained her injury, one that teammates and coaches called scary and heartbreaking.
The protocol is always weeks if it goes well. If it doesn't go well and they're still symptomatic, it can be a long time that they're out.
Concussions are certainly nothing to mess around with, and Melissa reluctantly had to accept that fact. The next few months would be some of her toughest.
I was struggling before in my classes before the concussion happened, but when the concussion happened, it kind of made my grades just drop and made me lose attendance in some of my classes, and it was pretty difficult to get back, but the school helped me a little bit with it. I couldn't go to work as much, and my job demanded me to go to work, so I worked in a gym at the time, and it was pretty bright and loud in there, and the music was jamming all the time, so it was pretty hard to concentrate and get better, so that definitely made it get worse.
It started with her being sensitive to light, having to miss school, and inability to focus on one simple task. Teammates feared that they would be without her for several months, or worse.
It was mostly just worrying, how severe was it, how hard she get hit. She wasn't knocked unconscious, which was good, but it was still, that's a serious injury to have happen to you, to have someone fall on your head like that, so.
Melissa slowly began to inch toward recovery in mid-April. She began a process to return to classes and cheerleading with the coaching staff and team trainers.
So the process was a 5-step process to come back, and the first process I had to just stare at a wall for 45 minutes, and I didn't actually get to 45 minutes because I have ADHD, so she let me off with I think 20.
Sure enough, Melissa began her return to normal college activities, and in May, rejoined her cheerleading team. She spent the summer training for her junior season, and it paid off. Melissa is now one of the leaders of the team.
I think she has such a strong background in cheerleading. She's such a strong tumbler, and she is a little bit older than some of the girls. So she didn't come on as that newbie freshman. She just kind of had a little bit of cheer confidence already. So she definitely is a leader in tumbling. She would tell other girls what to do. She'll help spot them, things like that.
I think that some people think that leadership means you have to be loud and you have to be the outgoing one and you have to be the one who's always telling people what to do. But I think Melissa is more of a leader by example. Melissa always works hard. Melissa always pushes her own boundaries and is always the first person to step into the difficult things.
Having finished her sophomore year at Western with a strong GPA, she looks forward to her junior year, where her team will go to nationals in Myrtle Beach in March 2018. This is the first time since Melissa joined the team that the team has made it to the big stage, and Melissa is thrilled.
I'm really excited because our stunts are getting better, our tumbling's getting better, and just we condition a lot more and our stamina is just getting better and we're getting stronger as a team, and we support each other a lot more than we did last year, and we're definitely a lot we're definitely a lot closer with all the new people on our team rather than just the 11 other girls that were there.
Melissa is now back and better than ever, having learned new stunts and new tumbling routines since her return. Everyone from her teammates to her coaches are happy to have one of their leaders back. In Fairfield, Connecticut, I'm Chris Walker, Sacred Heart University.